Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have a brown box. No, this is a item I purchased from Toyco, and I wanted you guys to actually see how this was shipped. And this came into Toyco's hands, I think Tuesday, and I now have it in my possession. It was delivered today. As you can see, it is very taped up, nice cardboard box. You know, you get some dents and stuff from shipping, but that is definitely okay. But I really wanted you guys to see how it's packaged. Let's go ahead and cut the box open. Box came all the way from California. They see all the way from the California to Maryland, so all the way across the country. Got them in Tuesday, got it in today, which today is Thursday. So that's insane shipping. And look at that. We got the bubblers. This box is like pretty much made for this figure. Nice, empty, sturdy box, which I will reuse. And then, got the actual item. So, straight out of the box, it has the tissue paper on it. And it is nicely taped on there to reveal. Got ourselves Shao Kahn, Storm Collectibles. The Shao Kahn is so crispy. Look at that box. Looks great. If you guys aren't familiar, it is Storm Collectibles, 1/12. But I love that. Only thing that sucks about this is that the plastic inside, like the bag or whatever's in here covering the figure, it really takes away from displaying this figure in a box. So, my buddy Tony, he's not going to like it so much. But these things, you need to bust them open. Like, look at that beautiful box. Look at that. So awesome. Then we got all the little, like, they pose on the back. They pose their figures very well. I really like that. A little bit of a read up there for you. Then him sitting on the throne. It'd be cool. I wonder if inside the box there's some sort of Mortal Kombat logo that we could put in the background. I'm not too sure, but that would be really, really awesome. But this thing is massive for a box. And the artwork that they use is just gorgeous. I love it. It's so gritty and just very nice. But let's go ahead and get the Emperor out of his prison. Ask and you will receive. As you can see, we've got the nice Mortal Kombat logo and everything with the green splatter effect thing going on. It looks really cool. That's actually just the box insert for the figure. Now, he does come with an instruction manual showing you really how to utilize all his accessories. Looks great. Then he comes with one of his biggest accessories, his throne. Now, his throne, it's sculpted good. The dry brushing, not so much. So the dry brushing definitely, you can see some more. Like, you can really see it on the skull. I just wish they put a little bit more love into it. Sculpt-wise, this thing is beautiful. Has some nice texturing throughout. Looks like it's made out of bone or stone. Like, look at the, texture on the seat. Cool little like Aztec symbol. That, like, the throne is awesome. Just like, and then there's tons of sculpted detail. But you can see the dry brushing throughout. It just seems like quickly just slapped on in a couple tones. But it works. You get the really nice sculpted in Mortal Kombat dragon. all this it looks really cool. It looks like something you'd see in the Nether Realm, honestly. One thing that I do find is funny is you got this big hole, and as you can hear, it's like a it's a rubber throne, and there's nothing wrong with that. It still has a nice weight to it, and honestly, when you're looking at this thing, you wouldn't tell that it's rubber, but the fact that if that was all solid plastic, it would weigh a ton and been so much, like, so costly to probably produce. Shao Kahn comes with 5 pairs of hands, and his hands are sculpted really nice. If you guys are familiar with Storm Collectibles and their ninjas and stuff, the hands are pretty good. Like, he comes with 2 fist hands, sculpted pretty clean. Got the painted to the band wrapping around, silver spikes at the end. Really nice. So you got fist hands. He's got a pair of, hammer gripping hands. Look at those little fingernails. He also has a pair of, I guess, I'm going to grab your face type hands. But those, again, look really good. I got a little sloppy red paint on his knuckle. Guess I got partial blood special edition effects or something. I don't know. Then he comes with his iconic pointing finger hands. And look at those stubby fingers. They looks good, He just dance around with his fingers up. So he comes with lots of hands. He also comes with an alternate head. And yes, as you can tell from this, his helmet comes off. And look at this head sculpt. Like, this thing is made out of a nice, it's just done so well. Love the paint they did around the mouth, the teeth. His eyes are glossy and they have that dragony eye demon look. He even has his pointy ears. This thing's gorgeous. Look at that. You guys see that? It looks like a vein painted on there. That's insane detail. Looks so good. He also comes with his iconic hammer, and this thing, it has some weight to it, and it is sculpted and painted beautifully. This thing is actually very pointy. It's got that nice metallic silver paint to it. A little bit of blood on there, which is great. The handle has a little bit of gold accents to it. You guys can see that right there. And then you get down to this part. This is sculpted nice, almost like a pillar that you'd see in a Greek city or something. And then you also got the Mortal Kombat dragon on his hammer, and this hammer just looks like it hurts. It has blood scattered all over it. I'm not a fan of the blood splatter editions, but it's okay to have it on this weapon, in my opinion. The character themselves, I'm not a big fan of, hey, let's just splatter paint on it and then say it's a bloody edition. Because, on the hammer it looks okay, but on the figures, they honestly should use a clear, translucency, paint to give it almost a wet, bloody look versus just splattering it with red paint. Because that's something that, kids can do. But let's look at Big Boss himself. So after some finagling, I got him to sit in his throne, because out of the package he may look like he's ready to sit in the throne, but he's not sitting in the throne. So I did place him on there. He sits there pretty nice. You really have to sort of work at it, get him to sit properly. But the figure itself is a gorgeous figure. Except the only thing, when I was getting him to pose and everything, is you can see in here, I don't like that sound. It's sort of on both these arms, and I'm afraid it's gonna break, which is very, very scary, especially, for the quality of figure and that I just got him. His helmet, let's just take it off there for a second, get him to stand. There we go. Let's take a look at his helmet. The Shao Kahn helmet is sculpted so nicely. So nicely. Painted great. I love the spikes. And you got it's a little bit sloppy, a little bit on the edging. It either doesn't have gold or it has too much gold. But the red has a nice dry or airbrush shading going throughout the layers and stuff, looking really, really nice. This figure is just a massive looking figure. His other head sculpt, very identical to the other one, just looking very stern. No grinning, teeth or anything. Just very, very stern looking. Now he has all these accessories strapped like on. They're loose accessories. This part's actually ported into the strap up here, so it gives him a lot of motion on these spikes. And he is on like your Storm Collectibles typical style body, but he's not the biggest. I think Zangief is the biggest Storm Collectible figure out there right now. And the shoulder pads painted nice in gold. Again, a little couple speckles of paint. It's not 100% perfect, but it has the nice shading throughout. That is gorgeous. Look at even the strap. Like, this is all rubber. So the straps have like the metal painted, the rivets painted. Again, these shoulder pads, I love the little edging. The sculpt work is beautiful. Storm Collectibles, you guys are killing it. I love this. Got his little black wrestling dungarees. You got the skull on the chest. Normally I would be like, oh, it needs to be crisper, but honestly, I just think it's like gives it a more, I'm trying to think of the word. I can't even think of the word, but either way, it just looks very raw. That's the word. Like, it's like somebody took a piece of metal and like hammered it out, as opposed to like sculpting something perfect. Same with this belt buckle. They just look really nice. And how I would picture somebody taking like raw metal and just like hammering it out. He's got the nice slats. Again, the shading is in there. The little gold, each one of these little buttons are painted gold. His straps on the belt painted, and again, loose. This strap up here, loose. Shoulder pads ported in. One thing I didn't really, and I think it might be causing all that friction or whatever, like these straps are like painted. They're like, well, they're sculpted and they're painted. I can actually feel the sculpt in there. Yeah, you can see it even. So that, I think, is causing the rubbing or that noise you guys heard. And articulation wise, as I'm sitting here looking over all the accessories and stuff like that, since we already did here. So this is up on, a little ported in. You can move it around. His head can look up a little bit and can look down a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but he can look around. I don't even think there's, I don't even think there's a disc hinge in here with the way this feels. Like this whole this part where his pecs and stuff are, like that's rubber. So when I'm moving his neck's rubber too. So you can really see, I don't know, you really can't look up. It's weird. But like you can see underneath the pecs. So it's like wearing a rubber suit. The pecs are rubber. His abs are actually plastic. His arms get really amazing range of motion going up. That is nice. Again, I don't like the sound of that, but even with that butterfly, you get some really good motion there. He's got the bicep swivel, elbow joint. It's double jointed. Rotation at the wrist. And he does have bend in the wrist. And that's all because of like the peg and stuff. And this little gauntlet is a separate piece. And it just looks nice. Nice black or gray rubber dry brush with silver. Looking so good. And then he has his throne palm hands. Oh, just that noise sends chills down my spine. It's like nails on chalkboard. He does have a ab crunch there. Oh, I just popped it off. Okay, don't panic, don't panic. There we go. So yeah, I was going a little aggressive with it because I really wanted you guys to see the range of motion because it gets a lot of it. As you're moving, you can see the straps sort of shift around, which is no big deal. You can just reposition everything once you get them in the pose you want. He does have a waist swivel as well. And that actually bends back and forth as well, which I really like. Because you get that, it's almost like having double ab crunch going on there. Then you get his dong. No, he just shows his, I love the vein sculpts in this. Just insane. Get his little black underwear. for splits. I'm trying not to... Ugh. You can do the splits that far. I mean, he's a big guy. He shouldn't be doing any Van Damme splits, in my opinion. And then he has the double jointed knee, which I love. The knee pad is separate and looks good when you're bending his knee. And look at that. Look at the shin guards, the knee pad, the fading of the darker gold going to the brighter gold. All this is sculpted detail. Like, this is just insane. And I love how all the accessories are just like loose. So like it's really gonna hang in position and sit really on the figure how it should be. Like, this is a figure that people have been waiting for a long time, and it was worth the wait. Like, this is just, it looks so good, and he feels nice and sturdy and heavy. So let me just show you how you guys can just pop the head off. So I guess there is a little bit of motion in there, but you can see it's just a very tiny peg hole. Okay, this is... just knocking pads off. Just trying to get the head to pop in right without it looking weird. And you can see I popped his shoulder pad out. It should just pop right in. It was a little bit of a challenge to pop that shoulder pad back in, but I did without any damage. You know, I'm good with that. I'm still feeling like I might need to shift his chest down or something. I don't know. It's weird that this is sort of like a... I feel like his boobs and stuff can get all shifted around. Because everything can. Because you can see, like, you can be like... doo, 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 doo. But no, I mean, he looks good. Let's try his helmet on that alternate head. Get the... Why is this not sitting right? See his shoulder pads. I think everything just shifted. Yep, definitely shifted. All right. There we go. Let's get this. There we go. I mean, it sort of covers his teeth. Like, he's angry, but the mask covers it. So it doesn't really matter which head you really use, because his mouth's going to be covered anyway with the helmet, which is okay with me. So let's go ahead and change out some hands and stuff like that. And if you guys see my other, Storm Collectible reviews, you can see a little ball joint thing in there and the pegs. I'm not really going to go into details of looking at those. Let's just get his hands changed out, get him posed up, and see how awesome we can get him to look. You could just get him in his typical pose, but I mean, this thing, like, there's no unbalance issue. Like, these figures are very, very sturdy and great quality to pose. I mean, look at that natural look to rest that, hammer over his shoulder. Like, that arm articulation is disgusting. When's the last time you could take a legend and have it rest a freaking weapon on his shoulder nicely and have it look that nice and natural? Everything, I am happy with this figure. Like, I really like reviewing it. Doesn't even give it justice once you have it in hand. I mean, it's so good. Like, you really need to get a hold of one of these. And the fact that it's like, you just do that. You have Shao Kahn in your hands. You can do his shoulder charge. You can do any of his moves. And you got his massive hammer. That hammer has weight to it. And, oops, I think his peg was about to pop off there. But I mean, he has no issues with holding it. His elbow isn't going to be weak to where you're just going to see it go, whoo. This is actually plastic instead of rubber, so you're not going to see it droop like we get with some of these other figure lines. Like, it's so good. Let me get him. Let me get him in another fun pose. Let's do it without his helmet. And look at that. It just rests so nicely right there. I'm geeking out, guys. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the thing was in arcade, you know, and doing the blood code in Sega Genesis and stuff like that. Granted, Shao Kahn didn't enter until after, but, you know, the original Mortal Kombat and just Mortal Kombat in general has been amazing. It's an amazing franchise, and they set so many bars for what they did. Except for Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I don't know what they were thinking with that movie. That was utterly just trash. So when you actually get them all posed up, holding the hammer out, you could have them grip on both ends, but those grabby hands, just sort of, the fingers just look natural, resting along the handle of the hammer. So I mean, it looks awesome. It just looks natural. Like he just has it loose so he could just quickly just beat somebody down with it. So that's what these hands are also good for, because of how the fingers are laid out. Like whoever sculpts their hands is phenomenal. And I just picture them having these nice thicker fingers, because I mean they're martial artists. They fight, so they're going to be a little bit chunky sausage fingers a little bit. But very, very awesome. Storm Collectibles just kills it right now with these figures. They're doing Street Fighter, they're doing Tekken, they're doing Mortal Kombat. I mean, they're pumping out some amazing figures, and they're just getting better and better over time. Articulation's on point. Their figures feel very solid, pose really nicely, and can hold poses. It is a amazing figure. That's why I'm collecting all the Mortal Kombat Ninjas. I'm actually going to be stepping into the Street Fighter franchise with Storm Collectibles, because I'm going to get that original style Akuma. Not the Lion Mane one, but the original one. And I'm really stoked about that. Have that pre-ordered through Toyco. And speaking of Toyco, if you guys are actually looking to get a hold of this figure, definitely check out Toyco. You can check the Facebook group down below. You check the website. And if he's on the website and you guys want to pick them up, use promo code Unbox Toyco. That'll actually save you 5% off your purchase. So definitely snag them while you can, because this guy people are going to gobble him up. It's amazing. Sculpt, everything is just really, really good. So that sums up my unboxing and review of the Storm Collectibles Shao Kahn clean version. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up for me if you can, and subscribe if you're new to my channel, as I'm going to keep pumping out content. And hopefully something I'll pump out you'll like, so subscribe. And as always, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.